Very lovely good morning to my dear leaders, officers, cadres, and respected citizens of the nation of Assam. First of all, I would like to convey my best wishes and heartiest revolutionary greetings to you all. On this very auspicious day of the 7th of April, let us remember the spirit of Gamda Kumar, who refused to bow down and accept the persecution of the English East India Company and surrendered the independent Kingdom of Assam and ended up being exiled to the wilderness of the Andaman Islands archipelago, after which his fate is unknown even today. The free spirit of Gamda Kumar and order of his time was the spark that led to the refounding of the United Liberation Front of Assam on this day in 1979, with the realization that the so-called Indian democracy of the Indian Union or Republic was incapable of being the Thalgiri people of Assam. When the premiership of Assam was demoted to Chief Ministership of Assam, the incumbent premier at the time, Mr. Gopinath Bordoloi, objection was shut down by colonial Indian Premier Jawaharlal Nehru on the telephone and threatened to stop all financial support from Delhi to Assam. Unfortunately, he lacked the courage to declare the unilateral declaration of Assam's independence at the juncture. Repetition of the same cowardice in the case of the Premier of Jammu and Kashmir in the yesteryear ended up with the abrogation of the Article 370, taking away all the rights once enjoyed by the people of an independent country for Kashmir. At least there is a United Nations to defend her rights. As for Assam and her special region, our rights have been trampled by military brutalities and the bullets taking the life of our brilliant youth standing up for their birthright. Colonial India has mercilessly murdered over 15,000 of our youth, labeling them as a terrorist. Let the world take note, we the United Liberation Front of Assam Independent are not terrorists, and the arms our cadres carry are only for self-preserving divine rights enshrined in the Article of the United Nations. The cadres from the original United Liberation Front of Assam may have joined, but ULFA-I is a separate organization. However, we acknowledge the selfless sacrifice of the martyrs since 1826 for the same cause of the liberation of Assam, and our tribute to all the families for the loss of their dear ones. Assam can enjoy the fruits of the future freedom in the bondage of the Indian Constitution, which has been cleverly designed to prevent secession, and a minute loophole that came into being was promptly closed during the annexation of Subain Sikkim. Our Manipur, Naga, Mizu, Khasi and Garu indigenous Mitra and Vijan up to the true nature of the indigenous nation and embarked upon the liberation struggle before the 7th April 1979 when ULFA was born. Our generation took time in taking things into their own hands, failing to see the writing on the wall. Even today, our critics profess doom on a future Subain Assam. They need to turn their head to Bangladesh before 1971 and today successful developing nation on the path of becoming a developed nation in a few more decades. Assam, with a greater resources and a robust economy in her 600 years history of the Kingdom of Assam, can do likewise, if not better than Bangladesh. However, we must acknowledge that the success of the Kingdom of Assam was a joint endeavor of the people of the hills and the plains of Assam, including the neighboring Subain kingdom, offering fraternal cooperation. However, we must unanimously acknowledge that in that past, a prosperous Assam was built by the indigenous people of the hills and plains of Assam and the neighboring independent nationalities through cooperative brotherhood. It is worth mentioning that the indigenous people of Assam and the people of ULFA need to know that ULFA is a region rich in natural resources and geographically significant for colonial India. The colonial India state is well aware that our entire region is an unprecedented, authentic, invincible superpower that once defeated and ruled India and the mighty Mughal Empire. Therefore, after the implementation of the colonial constitution in this territory, the occupying India created separate national entities to show seed of disunity among the indigenous people with thousands of years of independent history by the displaying various techniques, intimidations, and drawing ethno-religious lines. The history of the entire West Southeast Asia ULFA region has repeatedly proven that India is concerned and apprehensive about our unified position. In this context, the British occupied international disputed area, Northeast Frontier Region, NEFA, has confined Assam to borders of India by annexing the so-called Arunachal Pradesh as a province of India. It is not difficult to understand why the state of India removes the Assamese language through which the ancient inhabitants of the region was happily to unite and replace it with Hindi. It is worth mentioning that both the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP and the Indian National Congress are sides of the same coins. Both are plundering the resources of our land and keeping the ULFA regions occupied by Indian with a colonial mentality for the sake of geopolitics. The colonial in the ruling class led the Indian National Congress not only betrayed by the creating inequality in the same of politics, but also exploited and plundered the valuable natural resources of our naturally richest region of ULFA region like mineral oil, natural gas, coal, uranium and plutonium. It's often the way instead, in the name of development, they have created only a few road signs and dusted the eyes of the people of the entire ULFA region. What is even more terrible is that the Bharatiya Janata Party has not only exploited and plundered but also legalized citizenship to the people of imported by the Congress, and now it is ended. Apocryphal history of Ramayana and Mahabharata is trying to make us Indian by dusting off the art culture and traditional of the ethnic groups that have lived in this land since ancient time with their religious custom and realities of living story through the invention of Hindu fundamentalism, which the indigenous people cannot allow to happen for any reason. If the occupying Indians fail to prevent this invention, the characteristic cultural foundation of the West Southeast Asia region will be eroded, and the unity and the harmony of the various ethnic group of this region will be destroyed. It is necessary to realize that the independence of this territory is the main and only the way to prevent colonial rule, exploitation and aggression. Indians should also understand no nation, large or small, with a living reality of history will ever give up its freedom in the name of religion. We do understand that there are common people and intellectuals of Assam who want us to look for a negotiated settlement. The actual leadership of the United Liberation Front of Assam surrendered in the good faith to the Indian authorities, expecting something substantial in a negotiated settlement, and the result is therefore all to see. The United Liberation Front of Assam independence is not averse to meaningful talks with India. We are quite willing to sit the agenda fix and conclusion with a set time frame for our legitimate claim, restoration of sovereignty. India sure can accommodate because of restoration, not secession. Colonial India should wage up this agreement and come forward to approach us with a view of an amicable solution. We do hope that India will agree with us to Georgia is better than Wawa. After all, it is in Indian West's interest to have a friendly next door neighbor than a hostile one. At this juncture, I would like to ask the correct Indian leadership to abandon cruel practices on our members, cadres and supporters. Please do remember how hard your security forces try to destroy us. So long our people are with us, we shall prevail. We are truly in debt to our people for putting their trust in us to march forward to be sovereign again. We pray for your continued unwavering support, without which our liberation struggle is meaningless. We also acknowledge the goodwill and have grown the people of our West region and leaderships in various field in our existence, standing in solidarity with our principle and aims. Thanks and gratitude to the whole of the revolutionary organizations, leaders and comrades of our West region. In this moment, I offer my sincere thanks and gratitude to the whole organization of the United Liberation Front of Assam Independent for being with me. I can give my salam word that like that of the rising sun, this word of mine carries my hope and conviction to you all, and let us march forward to victory. Finally, I would like to extend my greetings for the upcoming Bihu Festival and Thalgri's New Year, the celebration of life, warmth, unity and joy, which is synonymous with the heart of the Thalgri people and our organization. I wish all of you, the people of in Thalgri, a very happy, joyous and independent filled Rangale Bihu and Happy New Year. Joy Ayafam. Joy Ayafam.